Welcome to Let Go of the Pen podcast. We're the Melindas from Hoosier Hills Recovery.
A ministry of Hope Baptist Church in Dillsboro, Indiana. Remember, it's all about letting go of the pen and letting God write your story.
Today we welcome Rachel Gauck. She's a great friend, and Rachel, I'm gonna let her tell her own story in just a bit. But Rachel's a dear friend who I've grown to love. She works very hard on her recovery and helping others do the same. And we're very glad you're here today, Rachel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Now, we're going to start out with, tell us a little about yourself and when you were first introduced to drugs.
Well, I'm 39 now.
You didn't have to tell us that much,
Well,
but if you're willing,
I'm willing.
You know,
I can't
okay.
hide it much longer. And when I was growing up, I was a good kid. Never got in trouble, nothing. But when I had turned 18, I moved out of my dad's house, got with a different friend group.
Okay.
And, yeah. wasn't
People,
all-
places, and things.
Very much so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because he introduced me to more than just, it was started out drinking, but more than that because I was, friends with him for years. So, yeah.
Okay. And so just drinking, but then you went on. How many
Smoke.
years did it take you to go from drinking to smoking marijuana or something
Not
like
long.
that? Not long?
Not long at all, no.
Okay.
And then before I knew it, I was doing meth.
Okay. Tell us your first jail experience.
It was a week after I moved out of my dad's house.
So you just hopped right into the
Yes,
fire.
a week. I got a minor
Okay.
consumption. I was in jail for the first time for 4 days. And I remember walking out of that jail holding my pants up. I had no shoes on, nothing.
Okay.
But
Wow.
at that time, I was like, I'm never going back, But, yeah.
Well, we had a panel of kids. We sat down with them off air, of course, and one of the questions, so from the heart of a 10-year-old child, they want to know, like, what happens to you when you get arrested?
Well, naturally handcuffs. And they'll talk to you, most of them will talk to you, like, try to figure out what's going on. Some of the cops will. They're good cops out there. And, when you get to the jail, they're going to pat you down and put you in a holding cell, take your property and take your shoes and change you. And, most jails just stay in a holding cell for like 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
They also call it like a detox room.
Is there other people in that holding cell with you?
Normally, yes, as long as everyone gets along.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
There
So-
are bunks for the people.
Not in the holding cell. You have literally a concrete thing against the wall, like a bench. that
No
you-
pad on top of
No
it?
pad, no nothing. And they give you
3 or
a
4
blanket.
days?
Mm-hmm.
And your toilet?
Yeah, right out in the open in front of everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, even the guards, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they could still see if they wanted to. Some of them
Kids
have
out
a wall
there?
up.
Unless you want to go in front of people, stay out of trouble, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, a wall would be nice, something. Like, come and stand in front of me, this person I do not know at all.
It kind of reminds me of one of the ladies that she's actually passed, and the story that they had told was her holding up a sheet for somebody,
Oh, been there.
and then they
Kept stepping on her toes. Yeah. So she was trying hard to help, though.
yes.
Every jail is definitely different though. But yes, speaking of that, I
Uh-oh.
remember one time when they literally would hold it because it was the toilet was there and the door was right there
Yeah.
in the window. And if you had to use it, no matter what, every time someone got on it, someone opened that door. It was like,
It
giving
was like there was a bell on it or
Yep.
something.
Yeah, so the girls would stand there and like 2 or 3 of them, depending how long they needed the blanket held up, would hold a blanket up for them.
That's very kind
It
when
is.
you think about it.
It
I
is.
mean,
So
just
little
because
things.
you're in jail doesn't mean you're necessarily a horrible person. Just means sometimes you just made some really bad decisions.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean you can't be nice to the others that are in the cell
Yes.
with you.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us what caused you to relapse, if you feel comfortable, and the difference between a lapse and relapse.
A lapse is, they say, if you do it one time, realize your mistake and come back from it. A relapse is you do it multiple times, because eventually you'll do it once, okay, I'm good, a week later, you're going to do it again, and it's going to go from a week to 5 days, 5 days to 3, 3 to 1, and every day. So that's the difference
Well, a
between
lapse, you sort of do it, and then you go to somebody and say, hey, I messed up.
help
Help me to prevent this
Yes.
again.
take actions to better themselves
That
and
makes
learn
sense.
from the mistake.
Yes.
That's the main thing. You've got to learn from your mistakes.
Gotta learn what,
And take
what's your trigger,
accountability.
what triggered you to do it, and
Yes.
how you can prevent that if it triggers you again.
Yes.
Okay.
And that also goes with reaching out too. Like you got, like how my support is you ladies mostly.
Yeah.
You know if you see something I'm doing differently to, hey, what's going on?
You gave us your
Yes.
triggers at one
Yeah,
point.
yes.
I remember
You gave
that.
us like a relapse prevention
Yes.
plan
Mm-hmm.
that you built out.
Yes.
I don't know if it was through CADs or
I think it
through
was.
peers.
So it's real important to have that person that you can count on not to let you get away with things.
Yes. And yeah, you got to hold accountability for yourself too. Sometimes someone needs a nudge to say, hey, you know you did wrong.
Mhm.
Like, own up to it, you know?
Yeah.
And what caused me to relapse is I tried to do it on my own. I think the longest I did was 3 years on my own.
Which
but
is you'd think you'd have it licked after that, right?
you would think, but no, recovery's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Everyday thing. It's an everyday struggle. Yeah, I tried to do it on my own. Thought I was all good. Had no support. I didn't know God at the time. You know, I didn't know anything about Him or anything, and it's just impossible to do on your own.
Yeah.
No matter how strong you think you are.
So reach out, get some help,
Yes.
whether it's a friend or someone who specializes in that.
Yes.
Because not only do you have us, but you also have people inside of the Ripley County system that also know you and that help you come up with things to prevent, so you didn't just have to create it on your own.
Yes.
And have people come in and say, here's what she's gonna do.
Yeah.
Right. What changed in your life made you wanna stay sober?
Well, I have 2 kids that I haven't seen for like 15 years, 16 years now. And my oldest is over 18, my baby's about to be 18. I want a chance to be in their life.
Yeah.
I know it took me a long time, but you know, things lead up. We all have things that lead up to whatever. And it's time to change that. And I want a better life. I want to live for me. I always wanted a better life, but I never knew I would have the life I have now. I thought it was impossible.
What do you mean by that, the life you have now?
I have friends that actually genuinely care about me, not friends that want to get something from me. I've got an apartment, I got a car, I got a job, I got everything that I need, and most of the things I want because I'm so spoiled. But
We know your boyfriend, and yes, you are spoiled very much.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
a good thing, though. You know,
Yes.
you go your whole life thinking, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but thinking nobody loves you or nobody cares for you, and you meet people that do, and you realize I've wasted so many years, and I'm
Yes.
tired of wasting years.
yes, especially when that person wants you to better yourself.
Yes.
They push you to grow. That right there tells you that they're special. They're the people
Absolutely.
that you need in your life.
I can get that. I remember when I started dating him, and it's been a long time ago, but they said people would push you to God, push you to your family, to your parents. Those are the people. If you get someone that wants you to stay away from everybody and tries to isolate you or doesn't want you or tries to get you on drugs or to drink so they can, you know, that's definitely a warning sign. Yeah.
Red flags are
Major.
coming out major.
Yeah.
So what changed along the way to make you want to stay sober?
There's no way I could throw away what I have now. There's no way. Like, I'm happy. I've never been happy. And that's the only thing I really want out of life is to live a happy life. You know, and get to enjoy things and just, I want a better me. And I'm actually learning to love myself. That's really strange, but good, you know?
And I've heard the phrase like when you're in sobriety or recovery, you need to be selfish. Does that mean that you take things from other people? What does that
Oh
mean?
no. Selfish is, you don't take nothing from no one. You know what I mean? If, okay, say she's not, but say she was on drugs and I knew she was using but she wouldn't admit it or something. I've got to be selfish and distant with myself because my sobriety comes first.
That makes sense.
But I will be there for you when you're ready to step back up. But until
Absolutely.
then, I have to go my way.
So I've heard the phrase, you know, people, places, and things are what pulls you back
Yes.
into addiction. And if you're around the person that maybe is on the wrong track, doesn't mean you don't love them if you step back. You pray for them still. You love them from afar. But that's where you have to be selfish, I'm assuming.
Yes, I mean, yes, continuously pray. I believe in power prayer. Majorly.
Oh yes, me too.
Majorly. I've seen it not to believe. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And, yeah, you've got to just step back and just let them know I love you.
And I know it's not easy, especially if it's someone you truly love and care for. It's hard
Made
to
a
take that
connection,
step back.
Since you've been sober.
Yeah.
But
it's
I always,
difficult.
I always say, you know, sometimes it takes hitting rock bottom to get that understanding. And why I say rock bottom is that's where God is.
Yes.
God is your rock. Otherwise I'd say it's a black hole.
Yeah.
It's hitting that rock bottom.
I think sometimes people feel like they're in the hole of no hope, but when they realize that God's there and you don't have to be like that, if they're willing to put their feet in the water, let's take a chance on God. But a lot of people, it's either too hard for them at this point to trust God, or they just don't want that kind of life.
Drugs, they're strong. Extremely strong. Like, I will admit, I used to like the feeling of getting high. I say used to because I enjoy sober more. But it takes everything from you. It's not worth it. And some people aren't strong enough to just be like, okay, you know, that drug will call your name. It's like a demon for real. It will call you every day. Every
Even in
minute.
your sleep, I'm assuming.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah. I personally had some major drug dreams to where I woke up one day and I called you. I don't know if I used it or not, and it was a dream, but I felt the effects in my dreams.
Powerful.
Oh yeah, it's vivid.
As you know, my husband, which you know him,
Yes.
he's been clean 21 years, but he says that, I guess it was about 2 or 3 months ago, and what made him talk was, he had heard you talk about the dreams you were having, and he said, I just had one, and he goes, I felt like I messed my whole life up again. He goes, I woke up scared. He woke up scared from a dream. And that breaks my heart for him as well as anybody else, because you don't know the full effects that this drug is doing to you. And you think you can handle it, and you know, kids and young adults, you know, they don't think anything about it, but then you get to a point in your life where it realizes, boy, I've messed up, and this may affect me 21 years later.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're strong. When you feel the effects and you feel the shame in the dream and you feel the hurt, like he did, he
It's
messed
gonna
up.
cost me a lot.
Like I just did it. It's done. You know, and it goes on forever. You're a recovering addict every day of your life. You fight the urge every day of your life.
Okay.
I surrendered my urge. That helped me majorly.
Wow. Core truth number 3.
Yep.
There's victory and surrender. It's my favorite.
Yep.
What are you currently doing now? Sorry.
You're fine.
My eyes are welding up.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
You got
What do
one
you,
mind.
I know. Thank you for being that transparent though.
That's fine. I mean, I want to help people.
Yes.
I know what it's like to be at the bottom. I know what it's like to feel like you can't get up. And it's possible. You can do it.
With that mustard
Yep.
seed of hope,
Yep.
that little
Faith.
step of faith.
Yes.
I know we've hit on that a little bit, but what are you currently doing right now to make sure that you stay clean every day?
I go to Hoosier Hills Recovery. That is the number one thing for me. Because when I was in jail, that's where I was introduced to the program. And I've never heard of a faith-based addiction program. That's one major thing that changed me. You introduced me to God. But I do Hoosier Hills every Wednesday. I have not missed a single meeting.
You have not.
Since
It's
I've
over
been
a
in the
year.
jail.
Over a year. It's been a year and 2 or
Yes.
3 months right
Yes.
now. Yeah.
I go to church every Sunday, and the Wednesday night I do the kind of work third shift, so it's a little difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Did you catch up online?
yeah, peer to peer.
Mhm.
That's every Friday night at Tyson.
Yeah.
That's a very good. It's very good.
Yes.
They've had some amazing speakers there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Telling their testimony and
Mhm.
whatnot. And it's been powerful for me because I don't know addiction from the inside, and to hear some of these men and ladies and even your story and how it truly impacts you has been pretty inspiring to see how far you've journeyed back.
Yeah. So you go to meetings,
Yes.
faith-based and community.
Yes.
You go to church.
Yes.
What other stuff do you do?
I read my Bible every day. I spend time with God every day. When I get up, I go get my boyfriend from work, come home, and that's my Bible time. I have not missed that since I've been in jail. It's important. You've
Yes.
got to make God your priority.
And while you were in jail, not to get off the train, when I sidetrack often, you started a pod Bible where your whole pod was doing
Yes.
devotions.
Every morning.
And my husband still uses that for the guys, and I'm like, guys, if the girls can do it,
So can you.
so can you. And I thought that was amazing. And I remember one of the ladies, I thought she was starting it, and then I was talking to her, and she goes, no, Rachel started that. And I'm like, oh, really? And, that was before that you got out, and that was
And
awesome.
I do remember a conversation when you transferred jails. The one thing they took from you that just really had you like beside yourself
Yeah.
was what?
My Bible. I would not stay off that butt until they gave me a Bible. Because I was in that holding cell for 3 days.
Yeah.
I was like, I want my Bible.
That's
I want
when
my
you
Bible.
transferred out of Ripley to another
Yes.
county. And I know this is off stray again, but what were you looking at?
I was looking at 6 years, 3. Do 3. And,
I remember, we became very close.
yes.
Really,
very
but
close.
I know that, I can't speak for Minnesota, but I'm speaking for myself, that we became so close. And I remember, because in Ripley County, we were allowed to give hugs at the end of
Yes.
every program. And I remember you saying, I'm probably gonna get a ride out this next week before you come back. And I'm a stage 4 cancer survivor, and I didn't wanna say, because I knew you were looking at 6 years, at least 6 to 3. And in my mind, I'm like, Lord, I'm never going to see this girl again. I'm going to die before she gets out of jail.
I remember you told me. It's
Oh,
like,
it was breaking my heart. I didn't
she
want to
doesn't
tell
know
you.
because it's going to be 6 years before I see her. I might not be here.
Yeah.
I remember the conversation, and I'm like,
And can you tell us what God did?
I got out a week later.
I remember you called me on the phone, and I was so
Yeah,
I
hyped
got
up.
it out. I
That
got
one
it
minute.
out, but I got out.
Yeah.
that 1 minute.
Yeah, you had that 1 minute before they were going to charge.
And after I used my
And,
numbers, I used someone else's
When
for
I,
another.
yes, when I answered the phone, I'm like, hello? And you're like, it's Rachel. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's Rachel, you know? And I was trying to tell my husband, and he was trying to tell me something when we got off the phone. He goes, what'd she say? I'm like, I don't know, but I think she's getting out. Hopefully she'll call me because I'm lost. You know?
Yes, got out a week later. My boyfriend did bond me out, but that gave me the chance to come back to Ripley County, do CADs, show them that I'm serious.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if I would have stayed in there and not get out, I would have been in prison.
Yeah.
I would have been.
Oh, yeah.
But being out and bettering yourself, they're going to give you a chance.
Because they
No.
saw in that whole time that you weren't out. And I don't remember how many months. I think it was 4 or 5 before you actually had to go to court
Yes.
again. But you had stayed clean. You had passed all your tests.
Yes.
Yes, that was awesome.
That's just proof. Never say never. God has different plans than we do.
Yes.
Yeah, his eyes are better than ours for
Most
sure.
definitely.
His plans.
Yes.
So has it been easy since you got out of jail?
I wish.
If not, what are some of the difficulties you've overcome?
Oh, there's so much. And my memory's horrible, so I might need your help with this part.
Yes, we got you.
I know there was time, this goes show people, places, and things. I was in someone's vehicle, and it wasn't her, but it was her family member. And I ended up getting some meth in my system because they were smoking in the truck. And they come back to the house, or the probation and the town marshal come to my house and said, "We got a warrant." Instantly, where's my phone? I need to call my friend. And it took them a while, but as they was searching my house or my room, I called her and we prayed on the phone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
And it was, but what really got me is, am I allowed to say his name?
I guess.
Sure.
Justin from probation, Ripley County, is amazing. He is the only one that said, "Rachel, I don't believe you used, but I do think you somewhere you shouldn't have been."
Mm.
That was like, okay, he gets me, but he actually cares about his job.
I agree. I've met Justin before.
Yes.
He's an awesome probation officer.
Yeah, it's amazing.
God's amazing.
Yes, he is.
So has anyone at Ripley County, like probation officers, judges, community correction officers, had a positive influence? We often hear negative or that my probation officer just out to get me, he doesn't like me. I know a couple stories, and if you don't hit it, I'll say it. But has there been anybody in the justice system that you would say had a positive influence on you?
Back when I wasn't ready to get clean, no. But now that I take accountability for what I've done, and now I can see that, I used to think Judge Sharp was so hard on me. It's because he known me since I was 18. You know, he got tired of seeing me. That's why. When I graduated CADS, I seen a new light in him, and man, do I have respect for that man. You know
I'll
what I
just
mean?
say, sometimes sitting in the gallery, and we've befriended several inmates from Ripley County. They're now friends. And you watch and you go, how can they judge that way? How can they? I mean, we don't see the full picture.
Yeah.
And, we judged pretty harshly sometimes because we disagreed. But then when we came to the CAD graduation, I saw him in a totally
Yes.
different light, and he had such a positive message for the graduates of that program. And it wasn't that, I want to see you back in court, I want your money. It was,
Time to get your life.
Yeah.
you know you can do better. We're all here to support you. Pick up the phone, use your resources, do what you need to stay out of my court system.
Yes. And another thing too, like, here comes Justin, Jenny, Sydney, all of them at probation. So I ended up having to go back to court at the other county where I was looking at 623, and I got 3 years of house arrest. And after court, I had to go down to the community corrections in that county, and I did. But the lady that was ahead of it was on vacation. So they left, took my message and everything. And they said I never showed up. They was about to put a warrant out for me. And I'm here in Ripley County in CADS taking 3 or 2 drug screens a week at that time.
Yeah.
And everything. And they fought so hard for me. Because the next day, I had to come up with money and you're on house arrest. You know, that's so much better than jail.
Yeah,
It's a lot, but it's so much better.
They actually made personal phone calls on your
Yes,
behalf.
and they argued with them because the person in the other county was not polite at all. Like, she told me don't even contact her.
If
I have to.
If I remember right, the person on the phone told whoever called from Jefferson County that, well, I guarantee she couldn't even pass a drug screen right now, and that's without seeing you, without talking to you. It was just an automatic judgment.
Yeah.
And I remember that. What did Justin say?
He said actually she just did.
And being clean for that long and having somebody like that on your side, it helps because they were not going to take responsibility, and we were there that day in court.
Yes.
And Minda Sue's getting ready to go into some a topic right now, so I don't want to ruin that for her. But we were there when you went to probation, the community corrections office.
We spent the whole day there.
The whole day.
The whole
we
day.
Tell us about that.
We had some very interesting things that occurred that day.
Yeah.
Besides them having to clear the courtroom because another person that was in court. But before I do that, real quick, we were talking about the probation and the bracelet, and I remember that we were doing the 4-H fair at Ripley County during that time, and we had a booth and we were giving back, and our youngest, especially, had planned to take you and go rides and things.
Your little buddy.
My buddy.
And the bracelet thing kind of was a little concerning because it fell during that time. And so that was the first time you rode rides sober, right?
Ever sober. I remember Jenny telling me, Rachel, you got one night, you better make it good. Like, not go out and get drunk or nothing, go have fun.
Did you have fun?
Oh man, did I. As you know, I've gotten close to both of you and your families, and I mean, we're all one big family.
Yeah.
And my little buddy, that was amazing. To see the smiles, and he's attached to my boyfriend too. And to have Eddie Dude and him, right? I got a picture of him on the Ferris wheel, man. It's just amazing.
But they weren't talking or anything. They're just sitting there like old men. No facial expression. And then he gets off and he says, "You guys missed a good view up there." Because we didn't want to go on the Ferris wheel.
Eddie was the only one that would.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was such a memorable evening.
And I remember Eddie Dude doesn't like pictures, but he smiled in those pictures with our group.
Yes.
So he had as much of a good time as you did.
Oh yeah.
That night.
Yeah, he's opening up a lot from what I say. I've been with him for 6 years, so he's opening up a lot too, and it's just
He takes a lot from some of your friends. I'm not like who, but
Yeah.
some of them might pick on him just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
a lot of it.
But he knows we love him, right?
Yeah. Like I
How
said, I
did-
believe in the power of prayer, and it sure comes through.
It does. How does it feel like when you have to go to court and to have real friends there that's got your back? Like you're not stepping in alone. Not that you did ever have to. I don't know, but to have friends that helped you take your mind off things, help you also get back into perspective, and you when you look back, because I feel like that sometimes the judges don't know you personally. So when they look at you, it's to judge you, obviously, because they're a judge.
It's just on paper.
And then you got the prosecutor there, and they're thinking bad about you. But to look and to have support, what does that mean for you?
It's amazing. It lets you know you're loved. You're not alone. Because doing it alone is just impossible. That's how it's always been, except for this last time. And it's inspiring, and it makes you want to be there for other people too. Just because you know what it's like to be alone. And wow, this is an amazing feeling. Let me pass that forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you definitely passed it forward. You've even helped people find the free stores, the food pantries, helped get them clothes,
Yes.
and
Pray with them.
resources, pray with them on the phone.
Direct them to a meeting.
Well, and there's been a couple people that you done the book work with
Yes.
over the phone, and you send out daily devotionals. All right, how do you feel at Hope Baptist Church?
I feel at home. I've been to other churches when I was younger, like when I was 18 on. I never really went to church, but I was always scared to go in. But that was at the time when I thought too, why would God love me? I'm nothing but a down dirty addict. Why? Why would He love me? I ain't done nothing good in my life. But I remember getting out of jail and asking you, I want to go to church. And that was like,
It's
what,
like
the
the
next
day-
day?
Well,
Yeah.
if it was, I don't think you got out either on Friday. I don't know if you got on Friday or
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next day.
I
You
was like,
called
I
on
wanna
your
go to
way home,
church.
so pick me up.
And the moment I walked in, I was welcomed. I didn't feel judged. I felt like at home.
He's
Like,
at home.
yeah. And I haven't left since.
I love that.
So how do the ladies make you feel?
They make me feel special.
Do they make you feel included?
Yes.
If during bake sales, do you bake things?
When I can, yes.
Yeah.
It was easier when I wasn't
Those
working.
little boys with the car, the ones
Oh,
you made
yes.
with cars.
Yeah,
Yes.
they love those.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what have you gained from attending?
I've gained self-worth knowing that it's not just me. I am a part of a family, Christian, God family, that just love each other and want to love others and help others. And I'm a part of something.
And you've been here for a year.
Over
What
a
did you do out a year?
Join the church.
Why would you join the church?
Well, I was wanting to join earlier, but I remember Pastor saying in one sermon that, he likes it normally if someone stays a year so they could, hear all the doctrine. Normally that's how long it takes. So naturally I want to respect, what he likes. And then I just want to be part of everybody. I'm like a family. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
something I've never had. I mean, I've only got my dad and my brother, and I haven't heard from him for a while. So,
I mean, everybody has their blood family, but sometimes when you fall in hard times, and I'm not saying just necessarily jail or drugs or whatever, but
Just
health.
hard times in general.
Yeah, it's nice to have a family that says, "Oh, do you need a dinner tonight?"
yes.
Or, "Oh, come," and as soon as you come, they flock around you and say, "Oh my goodness, I'm so excited you're here." I know when you walk in the door, it makes I want to say me day, like, I don't know where I'm going from that, but it makes my day, and it doesn't matter who I'm talking to, I have to be careful and watch myself, because I just want to run and give you a hug, and like, oh my goodness, Rachel's here, because you add something to the church that nobody else can add. You add joyful. Very joyful. You're very optimistic. Like you're like it's all going to be okay kind of attitude. And I'm the opposite. I'm more like a realist. But I'm more
But
like
it's better to be an optimist.
more like
It's easier to be the optimist.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but I tell Greg I'm a realist. I'm a little bit of a pessimist, so I love hanging around people that have that different. But every person out there, like if you haven't found a home church and you're people need you, just like you need they need you. When you're not here, even people that don't know you, we had a lady.
Where's your friend?
Yeah, but we had a lady that had missed because of some personal issues, and I barely knew her name, but every Sunday I would get here and I'll be like, what happened? Why is she not here? I love this lady, and she sings like an angel or like a Tweety bird, and I'm like, why is she not here singing, And then finally she came back, and I'm like, well, I'm running over, I'm like, where have you been, And you have something to offer that nobody else can offer. And that's the unique thing about church is God says we're all like a part of a body. Like one person's a finger and one person's a thumb or an eye or a nose or whatever. But I love that about our church is that we love everyone, and
Yes.
I felt very welcome.
I felt very at home when we came here too, and my kids were accepted. And kids aren't perfect little angels when we're sitting in church, and they might be loud or jokesters, pranksters, and that's all been accepted. Even if I might be mortified at times.
I remember telling you, I'm going to be so nervous.
Yeah, I remember you walking in. I almost had to take your arm and walk with you because you're like, I've never been to church, and I've
I'm
gone
not wearing
places.
the right thing.
Yeah.
And we get that from several of the ladies is they don't think they'll fit in.
They do.
I
and they
wear
do.
my work clothes sometimes.
Yeah.
Someone,
So does my husband, yeah.
But it's just so welcoming and just being a part of a family and knowing that you're bigger than you was. You know what I mean? You've got support, you got friends, it's amazing.
You're a part of something.
Yes.
Hoosier Hills Recovery. Let's talk about that a little bit. Now, when you came here, you just a little old lady going to Hoosier Hills, But you weren't any kind of a peer-to-peer specialist or anything. What do you do now?
Oh goodness. I talk with them one-on-one.
You're a senior peer-to-peer.
Yes. I don't know the terms. I'm horrible with like
That's
terms.
all
and
right.
words.
It's okay.
What does it mean to be a senior peer-to-peer?
Talk to them and see how their day's going, and
Help them fill out their paperwork,
yes, and
ask them if they had
communicate.
struggles. Yeah.
and remind them that God loves them, because sometimes the struggles are rough.
Yeah.
And where I've been, I know a lot of them, but I definitely don't know all. You know, I mean, people's struggles, and
Yes.
I could relate to a lot. And
What else do you do at peer
I give out name tags and
and
say
greet.
hi to people.
which is
So,
out of your comfort zone?
Majorly, I've got major anxiety, and being able to talk to somebody now and just, hi, how are you doing? How's your week? It's
I
nice.
remember the anxiety I had. Forgot that you didn't do big crowds,
Oh,
and
I think I know where you're going.
we went to the races.
Yep.
And it was your first experience at the races. And
Sober anyway.
and
I've been
I
on before,
yeah.
but
and I did not realize the anxiety level until we got almost to the stands, and you started freaking
I
out,
was
and
bawling.
we had to calm you down to go watch the races.
Yeah, I was bawling right there where you get into the actual stands. Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be that bad too. It's all new to me. I've
Yeah,
never
I mean, I
experienced
just
it
never
before.
thought anything about the anxiety, because going to the races was something we've done for years, even since Wyatt was little. So, you
Yeah.
know, I didn't even think anything about the noise or the crowd. And when you,
The crowd I don't think was that bad. It was the noise a lot. You feel that vibration in stands.
yeah,
I feel it in my body and that freaks me out.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
don't
'cause
like
I know,
this either.
But I loved it at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you
Oh,
know,
yeah?
yeah, I was gonna say, I think you said you would come
Oh
back.
yeah, most definitely.
And I know you had fun watching our kiddos.
Oh, he was a trip that day. That boy
he
gets
was-
everything. It's so, but he works for it.
Oh,
Yeah, he works for it. Well,
Dimples too.
yeah, he ended up with the winner's trophy, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, they gave it out, and
Next thing I know, he's
and they
gone.
went and got him, because every activity that they had, he was down front trying to nail it. The guy walked straight up to him and handed it to him. It was, yeah, it's sitting collecting dust in our living room.
Yeah.
It's huge.
But he has it.
But he has it, and he says, you know, that's his trophy from going with Rachel.
I love that kid. He's my buddy, man.
I'm not sure who's bigger buddy, whether it's with you or with Eddie Dude. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There's some
I think it's a
competition
toss up
there.
sometimes.
Yeah. If Eddie Dude's around, he won't have nothing to do with me. I know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, so what would you say to people who don't know what you've struggled and been through, that say God just favors you over them?
I would say, don't judge me, live my life. You know what I mean? You don't know what I've been through. Just like I don't know what you've been through. But I tell you what, if you surrender and give it, you know, your life to God, you're gonna make things will come out for you.
And I know God's no,
Respect her person.
yeah. He's
So
not
if they
fail.
give to God what you are, they would probably be getting the same things, right?
I mean, I took my addiction. I mean, when I woke up, when I was in active addiction, I instantly thought, how am I gonna get high? Boy, did I put a lot of, it was a priority. I put everything I had into finding out a way to go, you know.
Painstakingly, right?
To me.
Diligently sought after it.
Yes.
That's what my husband says too.
And
So
I
if you
changed
can
that.
diligently seek after
to the
that,
Lord.
you can.
Change
Yeah.
it to the Lord. That's
Anytime when I got out of jail, we was moving. I didn't know where he's going, and I was overwhelmed majorly in that little bitty room. 5 years of stuff just gathered,
Yeah.
and anytime that I would stress out or I would like, oh my, I need to go use or something, I get in my Bible, surrender it to the Lord instantly. Not no, just wait a few minutes. No, instantly. I was in my Bible like 5 or 6 hours, like a day
Sometimes
there.
what does the Bible tells us that seeking you shall find, asking it shall be, knocking it shall be open, seeking you shall find, not asking it shall be given unto you. But I think sometimes we don't have things simply because we just don't ask for it.
Yeah.
We don't take the time to ask God, Lord, I need your help. You know, when you're wanting that fix or you're wanting to use and you don't, but you get in your Bible, and other people may just say, well, I'm going to go use. But if they would get in the Bible and say, Lord, help me. I need your help.
Yes.
Can you help me get past this situation? And maybe he does just because you simply ask him.
You've got to wholeheartedly be like, Lord, I cannot do this on my own. You've got to admit it.
Hebrews 11:1 is one that I think of a lot. Is now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. If you don't ask for it, it won't be given to you.
Yeah.
If you don't hope for it, you won't get it.
I remember one time, and then I'll ask you a couple of questions. We won't put you on the spot too much longer, but one time you called, and I'm not usually, I am rude once I get to know you, like, to tease, you know? But at this point, we hadn't known each other that long, and you called me with a problem, and you're like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I'm like, I said, Rachel, I said, is your God small? And you said, huh? And I could see that look on your face, like questioning, like, where's she going with this? I'm like, you're just making it out to seem like he can't take care of your problem.
Yep.
And then we got off the phone, and I said, please help her, you know. And I spent the next like 10 or 15 minutes begging God to like, please help you to learn that He's not a small God. I was like, God, please, you know, just please help her, answer her prayers, you know, because I was like, you know.
I remember you saying, "Is your God a pocket God?"
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was like, she got me. Yeah. But that's the good thing about friends actually care about you. They're going to hold you in place like that and push you closer to the Lord. Like, look, you're acting crazy. Calm down. Give it to God.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what you did for me.
Yeah. He's not a little God or a God where it says He's not a God that can't be touched with the feelings of our infirmities.
That day I found that marker, that bracelet. I also, so I'm a pen fanatic too. I love pens.
I didn't know that about
I
you.
know, right? And I like this blue Sharpie, and I wrote so much. The blue Sharpie went out. The day I found a bracelet, I found that a brand new one out in my stuff in the garage.
Yeah.
And that just showed me that I looked up like, okay, God, you're a God of big or small things too. What makes you think, or what makes me think that you can't handle what's going on in my life?
Yeah.
And that's when I couldn't get a hold of the attorney and everything at that time.
You've had some struggles, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I have one more comment about the road trips. We were sharing with some of the ladies at the jail some of our road trips, and one of them commented, I always thought sober people would be boring people, and church people would be boring people, but it sounds like you guys have fun. So what would you say about that?
Well, I used to think the same thing.
Sometimes it's not fun out there.
With
Get
these
trapped
ladies.
in the car with Minda Sue for a couple hours.
The door's locked and don't let you out. I found that this morning.
It's a blessing though to be around and be able to laugh. Like, it really wasn't fun being in addiction. Chasing the
Right.
same thing every day.
Getting
Get so
everything
used to
that
it, just
you should care about taken away from you.
losing every single thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fun. So being sober is so much funner. That's for sure.
I'm gonna skip one question, but I want to have you back, and maybe later on this fall to answer some. But before we go, tell us about your favorite court truth and why is it your favorite?
Is it okay I have two?
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite first one is right here on my shirt. My past don't need to determine my future.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at it in a different light. Like, it can determine it in a positive way, to where I know what it's like to feel like that, to do that. So I'm going to use my past to help others, to get them out of the pits.
I like
you know
that.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And my other favorite is number 7. My priorities dictate the progress of my life. God, number 1 priority, no question to it.
Yeah.
If He's not your number 1 priority, I'll just get to that later. I'm going to go play my phone, do a video game. Let me take a nap. I got to work later. I'll do that later.
Wow.
Later never comes.
Wow.
Stop.
That's a wow, Rachel. That's a wow.
That's
I agree.
every single day. I still got to go home and do mine for the day.
Yeah.
I did my devotions, but before I came here, but I didn't do the Bible yet. So, and I look forward to it.
Yes.
It's like, and I always pray too, like, let me get what I can from your word. Like, I'm in Chronicles. It's
Difficult. I'm in
Yes.
Leviticus
But
this
I'm
morning
loving it.
talking about what's it called when people get sores and stuff. What do they? Leprosy. And leprosy in your house or leprosy in your clothes. And I'm like, I needed something from the Lord, and I was struggling, and then all of a sudden I realized that God, those people weren't doctors that were with them. But God needed to teach them a way not to spread disease, not to isolate themselves when they're sick, and then to go see someone who can tell you if you're getting better, need to isolate some more. And, I always thought past that leprosy is maybe something He used to punish. Because I always, in my mind, God's a punishing God. God's a punishing God. And then when I realized that God is not a punishing God. God is a God who cares so deeply for everything that we're going through, and He just wants us to trust Him. And man, I told the girls today, I said, I'm often, like, God puts me through a trial, and I go up to the concrete wall and I'm don't, like I'm gonna bust the concrete wall, you know. And sometimes God is constantly having to teach me over and over. But today, my thing was that God is not a God that wants to punish us, but He is a God that needs to teach us that, you know, how to prevent this, that he wasn't doing those to those people to punish them, put them on the outside of the camp, but to get away and heal.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to heal, you know. And I that's with me, you know. It reminded me, like you're in Chronicles, and sometimes you're reading through those scriptures and you're like, it's really hard to pull something out of leprosy, you know. But
there's another thing I do in my Bible. I read a chapter a day at least, and I'll write down everything. I'll highlight in it what stands out to me.
I like that.
I'm a learner where I have to write it to learn it. So I write down everything I highlight. But I date it. Always date what you read. Because say my life's going good right now, okay? Well, I have put this to the side. A week later, man, my car broke down. I might lose my apartment. When was the last time I read this Bible? Let me look at the dates.
Oh,
And guess what? That's when everything started going downhill.
wow, yeah.
Found that out the hard way.
Yeah, I did about tithing. Like, someone told me, oh, tithing is not that important. And I thought, well, I need this money. I'm not going to tithe. This was back 30 years ago when I was single. And everything on my cards are up. So, you know, that's a good point. Because without God, we forget what it's like to have Him, like, right here close to us sometime, you know,
Yes.
watching over us.
And as Mr. Drake says, you know, applying the core truths to your life and reading the Bible replaces that stinking thinking. You gotta
Yes.
replace the negative with the
Positive.
more positive, and what better way than to use the Bible to replace the stinking thinking.
Yes.
So God's not out there ready to hit us over the head like an ogre. He's ready to love us.
And he has some humor.
He does. He does.
When He gives you trials too, it's for a reason. See what you can learn. Instead of being, oh man, everything's happening wrong. Like, okay, what's God trying to do? What
Don't
am I
keep
doing?
hitting your head against the
No,
concrete
stop
wall.
hitting your head. But just be like, what can you learn? Okay, you know,
Yeah, it takes the time to
understand.
To
Don't
read.
ask to get out of it. Ask to be helped through it.
read it and to
Yeah.
apply it, and
And you learn a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for teaching me that too, because we're not sitting over here being all-knowing and teaching. You have taught me so much about living life and to be grateful for the little things. And thank you for coming on today and sharing
No
us your
problem.
heart. You're going to come back again though, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And everybody out there, if you could comment on our video, we'd really appreciate it.
And if you have questions for Rachel and you maybe don't want to put it in the comment section, you can email us at letgoofthepen@gmail.com. Remember, it's all about letting go of the pen and letting God write your story.
Bye.